guys, this is Bibi from Back to the Basics by Bibi. Back to the BBB. I'm here with another episode. I'm excited to have in our conversation here Joe Anthony. Joe Anthony is a certified personal trainer and spin instructor. So, Joe, how you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you. Tell our audience a little bit about you.
Okay. So I'm going to be 50 in a couple of months. The beginning of next year, and so it was just a goal for me to kind of to be in shape, and so I've been working out for quite some time, and the last like 5 years or so I've been really kind of dialing into kind of perfecting the art of working out and what to do and what not to do, and so here I am. We're in the midst of COVID, and so I'm a certified trainer. I do spin instructing, and now it's tough times, and so we're kind of like dealing with a lot of these things now. So I'm here to kind of help you guys kind of get through some things.
Yes, that's what I'm excited about. Because of COVID, because of people being quarantined, they haven't been able to go to the gym. The gym's been closed, for good reason. And so our conversation today is really going to be more about how to get into an exercise program, something that's simple, something that if you are a person that has never exercised before in your life, or just trying to get back into the scheme of things. This is why I have you here. So give us a little instruction on how to get, how to start an exercise.
Okay. So the first thing is I always, I run across people that always tell me, how do I get started? How do I lose weight? How do I begin to work out? I kind of run down a few, I like to call them dailies, and the dailies consist of your water intake, right? Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you're sleeping enough. Make sure you're getting the right amount of like protein and carbs, and staying away from the sugars. And then just staying active, whether it be like from a 30-minute, walk or jog, or if you're home and you can't get out because of COVID, simple things like sit-ups and push-ups, would work, jumping jacks, just to kind of get you started. And then I like to always tell people to try to set small goals so that you could try to accomplish the smaller goals, and then you work from there. Because a lot of people, when they start to work out and they don't see results after like a week or so or 2 weeks or so, they get discouraged and then they don't want to do it anymore. So, yeah.
So that would make sense. I am one of those that I need instant gratification. Right. I need instant results.
Yeah.
So what is the realistic time frame if someone does their due diligence and they start an exercise program? What should they expect, in the coming weeks, months?
Right. So the first thing's like, once you start to, you take in your daily amounts of water, and you're sleeping right, and you're watching your foods and your calorie intakes, and you're just doing your little basic things, you will start to see change in a couple of weeks, and that's being consistent, right? And so I try not to have somebody work on all of those things all at once. Like, okay, I need you to stop eating all that sugar. I need you to stop eating after certain hours. I need you to, so little by little, even if it's just, maybe knocking out a specific food that's maybe bad for you, or maybe, watching your sugar intake, you should start to see results in a couple of weeks. And then that's when you start to feel better about yourself, and you start to, get more serious in the workout, right? And so, even for myself, and I talk, a lot of these things are based off of my experience, right? And so I've gone up and I've come down in terms of like keeping consistent. So, but once you start to see results, you start to watch what you eat, and it just makes you feel better in all aspects too. When you start to work out, I tell people it helps you in every aspect of your life, so
Would you suggest somebody to go first with the diet or go first with the exercise?
Right. So um, the dieting,
I shouldn't say
it,
diet,
the diet.
healthy eating.
Oh no, yeah, yeah,
Healthy
yeah. Healthy
thought,
eating, right?
not
So,
diet.
right. And so
Backward.
the dieting part. Um, Obviously, there's once you get to a certain level, and there's really no there's so many different diets out there, and I hate to say like, oh, this one is better and this one is better, and there's really no right or wrong, right? I think it comes down to your calorie intake. That's the most important thing you want to watch. And then you once you figure that out, you could, whatever your diet is, vegetables and whatever else, and so but yeah, the dieting part, I wouldn't get too crazy about that in the beginning. I would start with the exercise and starting this, to stay physical in the beginning, and then once you'll feel it. And I also believe that um, it's gotta come from you. I've in a household with a lot of different fitness people in the household, and people are like, hey, you gotta work out, let's work out. And if it's not from you, it won't come. It'll come, and by little daily things that you do, you'll get there. And once you start to build and you work out and you start to see results, then your diet becomes better, then your workouts become better.
So when you look at somebody that's, I guess what they would consider obese, maybe over 200 pounds, especially a female with underlying conditions,
Okay.
and they start this process, the first thing that fails, I guess I'm talking out of personal experience.
Okay.
What fails for me is the exercise part first, because you get this misconception that because you're exercising, you feel hungry. You get home, and it's like you kind of defeated like this whole cycle of what you're trying to accomplish. Instead of thinking in my head, you know what, I have too much sugar intake. Maybe if I stop having sugar, just understand that if I stop having sugar, my body is going to feel that crash.
It is right. So yeah, so you obviously want to make sure you get the right amounts of carbs and sugars and proteins so that you don't crash, you don't
Right.
have that feeling. um
What would be the easiest exercise to start off with someone that does have these type of
yeah,
illness
right. The
without hurting
easiest
themselves?
exercise would be, you could do basic sit-ups. If I a lot of the stuff I do, I have a treadmill, and I know a lot of people don't have treadmills in their home. I have a cycling bike. People don't have that. So yeah, if you can get out walking, just basic walking. And if you're home and you can't get out, jumping jacks, walking in place, keeping active, some sit-ups. You could do push-ups, and that's the beginning. That's the start. And make sure you're doing something. You're keeping active, at least 30 minutes a day, and whether it be walking around the block
Right.
or yeah, something like that, because keeping active is important. And also, you know trying to watch what you eat is the other important thing. And it doesn't have to be everything all at once. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't stop eating that. Maybe tone it down, or maybe have less of what you're eating, and then you'll start to feel the difference. You will.
When is the best time to exercise? I mean, some people like to exercise later, some people like to exercise first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
What would be recommended?
um, I with everything going on, and I know that a lot of people are busy with just COVID, and everyone's trying to try to get things done in a day. And so I like to do it first thing in the morning. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, like just to name a few. Like I'll listen to The Rock. I'll listen to Joe Rogan, motivational speakers, and it kind of gives me some ideas, and it helps me. It's helped me in the past to get up early in the morning, and to get my stuff done, and then I can have the whole rest of the day to take care of whatever else I got to take care of. So in my situation, I have my little guy with schooling. I have stuff around the house. I have the yard. I have
Right.
mowing. I have dishes. Like the laundry. I kind of help out with a lot of things like that. So for me to get up early in the morning, to get my workout done, and then I have the whole rest of the day, it's the best thing. Um, Most places, most gyms are. We'll talk about the gym stuff, but now that the gyms are opening up with COVID, they're empty. The gyms are empty, and even if you have your little space at home, everybody's sleeping in the morning, right? You get up and you just do your little thing, and even if it's just sitting down and concentrating and kind of like thinking about what you want to do, and planning out your day. It once you're done, it's just it also sets the tempo for your day too. Instead of waiting all the way to the end of the day and maybe you're not having such a good day, but if you work out in the morning, now it kind of sets the tempo for your day.
Okay.
You
See,
know?
that's good advice.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You are an instructor, a spin instructor, and you're located, what is it, Robert Wood Johnson? Tell me a
Yeah,
little bit about that.
yeah. Robert Wood Johnson. Well, it's a known, pretty big known hospital, and they have like a fitness facility. But so the cycling thing, I actually got certified about a year ago, and but I've been cycling for like the last like 6 7 years, and the cycling is another great exercise. It's just in most of the classes that I go to, I teach. It's a dark setting. We turn the lights out, and it's nice depending on the crowd. I mix my music up depending on who's there and what kind of neighborhoods I'm in, and it's a nice moment to kind of like get a nice workout in, lights out. I know a lot of people when they go to the gym, it's kind of really bright and everybody's eyes are on you, right? And so in the cycling studio, it's dark, no one's
Right.
kind of looking, you can't really see anybody, and you're just focused on your ride, listening to the instructor, the music, and it's an amazing cardio workout. If you've never done it before, I'd suggest you take a class. Try to find a class, and of course, every gym and every class is different depending on the instructor and the music. The music is key, right? You want to be able to cycle to something that you enjoy to listen to. So,
Now, as an instructor, is that something that you're tied into the hospital? Or is that something that is open to the public?
so you mean obtaining the certification?
No, I mean, if somebody wanted to go to one of your cycling classes.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you would. Unfortunately, you have to be affiliated with the gym. That's the other struggle that I kind of like. I've been dealing with because I do work at a bunch of different gyms, and I do, get a bunch of steady people that come in, and then some days I might be at a gym at a studio for 2 days or one day, and then they might say, oh, are you working somewhere else? And I'm like, yeah, I'm at this other gym, and you have to
Right.
be a member there.
Right.
Oh, and so it's tough. It's tough. So, but yeah, you have to be a member there. Obviously, a long-term goal would be like to have like my own studio and open up a nice big cycling studio, and I could get everybody to come to that studio. But yeah, you have to be in part of that
Okay.
gym.
So I know in order for them to find you, they can follow you on Instagram. So what's your Instagram account?
Okay, so my Instagram is it should be
It will be.
yeah. So you spin for Joe, pretty much everything on social media, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. I have a special group on Facebook groups that you kind of join in, and I just post. I also like to tell people in my classes, feel free to follow. I like to tell people I don't follow you back. I don't want to, pry into your personal business. I don't want people to think that I'm kind of stalking you. So I tell people, you follow me, I will not follow you back unless you want to promote something. If you want me to follow you, I will follow you. I tell people that all the time. So just in case, but yeah, you guys can follow me. And I only post motivational things. I'll occasionally post some things of working out, and if I'm really, really excited and passionate about a workout or about something I'm doing, I'll post it. But most of the stuff is clean, and it's no cussing, and it's yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
Okay, that's great. So thank you so much, Joe Anthony. Any information that the audience would like, All the information is going to be listed below in the description in YouTube. And if you have any questions, again, you can comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell for more information. This is Bibi from Back to the Basics by Bibi. This is Joe Anthony. Thank you so much for being a participant in episode 6. Everyone, take care. Bye.